Every parent, no matter who and where they are, wishes for their child to be healthy and happy. However, the harsh reality is that 5.6 million children died in 2016 before celebrating their 5th birthday. The number of child deaths under the age of 5 have decreased over the years from 12.6 million in 1990 to 5.6 million in 2016. However, this is a number that cannot be accepted. Half of the child deaths have inequitably occurred in sub-Saharan Africa. The decrease in the number of neonatal deaths, which is the death of an infant within the first 28 days after birth, are much slower, and they account for nearly half of the under 5 children's deaths. Without tackling the issue of neonatal mortality, we cannot protect the lives of all children. Another harsh reality awaits, even after a child survives its first 28 days. Stunting is a child's chronic malnutrition, often overlooked even by the child's parents, but has lasting effects on the child. Caused by long-term malnutrition from the time it is a fetus to its 2nd birthday, stunting has many characteristics that make it a threat to children's lives. There is no medicine to cure it. It is invisible, making it hard to detect. It is a major indirect cause of child deaths. It has serious and irreversible effects on the children's brain development and their future, including educational performance and earning capacity. In 2016, 1/3 of the children in sub-Saharan Africa and 1/4 of children in the world suffered from stunting. In order to protect the well-being of children and their healthy development, continued support of children, especially during the first 1,000 days of life, a period from conception through to their 2nd birthday, is extremely crucial. Takeda Pharmaceutical Company Limited partnered with UNICEF in 2017 through a contribution of 1 billion Japanese yen over 5 years to support UNICEF's The First 1,000 Days Health and Nutrition Program for children's better health and their brighter future. Takeda was the first company to support this program at this scale and succeeded in creating positive change in the regions that were impacted. 3 countries in sub-Saharan Africa which suffered disproportionately from child deaths and stunting compared to the rest of the world were selected for the program. The criteria for selection were whether it was a place that needed accelerated support to reduce child mortality and malnutrition in order to meet the Sustainable Development Goals, and whether its current country condition and governance was relatively stable, making it possible to run a 5-year program. The countries selected were Benin, Madagascar, and Rwanda, all sub-Saharan African countries deeply affected with under 5 child deaths and stunting, with 1/3 of the children being a victim of stunting. In order to bring changes in these countries, the first 1,000 Days Health and Nutrition Program provided a vast number of necessary health and nutrition interventions from the time of conception to the child's 2nd birthday. Before birth, pregnant women are cared for through antenatal care and nutritional advice. They are educated on childbirth and recommended to give birth at health facilities rather than at home, so that skilled birth attendants can care for the delivery. During delivery, a referral system is in place in case of any emergencies during birth. Intensive care units, oxygen, and medical equipment are present for difficult deliveries, and delayed cord clamping is incorporated to give the baby continuous blood and nutrition flow directly after birth. Just after delivery, the first breastfeeding happens within an hour of birth. Kangaroo care is recommended to keep babies warm. Antenatal care is given to mothers, and exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months is given to babies. Routine growth monitoring and an HIV test keeps an eye on the baby's health. Immunizations and often vitamin A is given to the child within a year of birth. Oral rehydration therapy is given in cases of diarrhea as a life-saving treatment. Bed net is recommended to fend off malaria, and hand washing with soap is advocated to prevent diarrhea and infectious diseases. nutritional advice is given to mothers, both for themselves and their babies as they go off breastfeeding. The interventions are vast and diverse. However, it does not mean that UNICEF does all the interventions by itself. UNICEF supports to build a sustainable system by providing technical assistance for capacity building and delivering services and supplies. With this support, key stakeholders of these regions, such as government, communities, and families, will be able to fulfill these interventions themselves to protect and nurture their own children in a sustainable and responsible manner. Because of the first 1,000 Days Health and Nutrition Program, the three countries have made great strides in providing a safe and healthy environment for children to survive and thrive. The original target number of beneficiaries was 1.3 million mothers and children in the three countries over 5 years. We were able to exceed those numbers by reaching more than 2.6 million mothers and children. The reason for the increase in beneficiaries in Benin is due to the fund from Takeda, which brought in a matching fund from a nutrition foundation. We could also exceed the number of beneficiaries in Madagascar and Rwanda. In Benin, coverage of the treatment for severe acute malnutrition in the program areas increased from 25% to 65%. The practice of early breastfeeding in the program areas have increased from 56% to 62%. An accumulated 677,322 children were reached by the infant and young child feeding practice sensitization to their mothers and caregivers. In Madagascar, women giving birth in healthcare facilities increased from 24% to 34% in the program areas, and the percentage of newborn babies receiving care within 6 days of birth increased from 17% to 47% in the program areas. In Rwanda, the percentage of newborns not breathing who received neonatal resuscitation as per protocol increased from 33% to 87% in the program areas. And the percentage of preterm babies who received kangaroo mother care has nearly doubled. 292,342 babies have benefited from access to quality intrapartum care to their mothers. As for the impact, the national level statistics of under 5 mortality and stunting rates are not yet available. This is because national surveys such as MICS or DHS have not been conducted recently due to COVID-19 restrictions. However, we believe that this 1,000 Days Health and Nutrition Program will have a positive contribution to improving the lives of the most vulnerable children.
Bade la nan du khosa ton bon ino timeni me de dan blo du ton le bon de nan du bon ino timeni ni aso e ton tam du de le beno nan file bi gege tin e son da wa nya fina la abon tena na fi che ka de ba de ku ndi e don de bonu e na fi o ya mi wa fi egwe ne goda mo fi
kwenda hari no ndumba bije namurangira hano kubera yuko batanga serivisi neza bakita ku barwayi
bageze bamunyakira neza bampa serivisi zihuse barambyaza byihuse umwana akaba ameze neza nta kibazo.
But one thing that I think we've managed to really hone in on is teaching good neonatal resuscitation to kind of everybody that would see a baby be born. So if it's like the theatre staff in maternity, or the midwives, also the neonatal nurses, the ambulance team that might see a baby be born in hospital, everybody's had good training now on neonatal resuscitation. And we're seeing that the babies who are admitted now that have had a period of no oxygen, they're in much better condition because they knew what to do and they've done it right from the very start. And I think slowly we're seeing an improvement with that.
Through Takeda's contributions, we have been able to take a step forward in creating a brighter future for generations to come by ensuring that all children have the chance to survive and thrive. Thank you.